Smash speculation is going absolutely crazy now that spirits are possible as playable fighters. Let's talk about it. Block content. What's happening, my Block buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Block Content's Leak Speak. My name is Callum, and this is going to be your content for today. And boy, is it a very exciting time right now to be a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate fan, because not only is there a lot of great stuff going on within that game right now, yes, we've just had the reveal that Min Min is going to be our next Super Smash Bros. Ultimate newcomer, and it's so cool because it's not only starting off this brand new Fighters Pass number 2 that actually has 6 characters in it. We just know about the first one. It's a first-party character from the ARMS game, and it's Min Min, as a lot of you guys have correctly guessed, and myself here on the show as well. Super excited about that because the moveset looks incredible, and it's actually playable tomorrow, so of course we will go live with our Block buddies. But also, it's an exciting time to be a Smash fan in general because, yes, now that we have Min Min, it basically means that all the rules have been broken in regards to spirits becoming playable fighters, and that means a lot of characters are back on the table right now. And I want to take the chance to talk about all the leaks, speculation, all the rumors that kind of led up to this moment, and also of course which characters are now back on the table, and if that means that Sakurai will also break that infamous assist trophy rule in regards to new characters in Super Smash. So I'm very excited to talk about all of this with you guys today. It's been a really interesting time in the Smash Brothers community, and it will only blow up a lot more. What's happening with the 7th 7 July? Is there going to be anything happening in regards to Geno coming to Smash Brothers Ultimate? Because a lot of information is going towards that as well. Well, I can't wait to talk about it with all of you guys. I've been answering many of you guys' questions about Smash Brothers Ultimate and new fighters in our show Question Blocked, where I answer your questions. What do I think of your favorite game? How do you start making YouTube videos? Well, whatever you can think of, send your question through to blockedcontentmail@gmail.com, and I will answer your question live on the show in our next Question Blocked episode. And here's a brand new giveaway. You can win one of 4 Mario surprise capsules from Tomy. Any Mario item, Yoshi character could be inside. I leave them closed so you can find out who's inside when you win. I'm giving away 4 of these, so remember to like this video, subscribe to Block Content right now, and comment down below to enter for the giveaway. The first character that I need to talk about here is Rayman. This is a character that a lot of you guys have been sending my way and are like, well, hey, if Min Min is possible right now, this was the exact same situation for this character, so let's talk about the possibility of a lot more spirits becoming playable fighters. Well, I think in Rayman's case, there's actually a lot in favor of this character because, of course, the partnership between Nintendo and Ubisoft that now owns Rayman has been really good in the past couple of years. I would say even with Mushroom Kingdom Battle and stuff like that, and now of course also having that spirit in Smash Bros. Ultimate only bodes well, especially now that we have Min Min in the game. So that means, yes, characters that are primarily known as spirits in the game can actually become full-fledged fighters. Now, of course, I need to preface this with saying, yes, Sakurai is always breaking his own rules in terms to Smash Bros. Characters in whatever's possible in the game, so I don't think at all that anything is off the table right now. I think that one of the big things that Sakurai has talked about and that he really doesn't want to break is bringing outside characters that are not originating from a video game itself, right? I mean, characters that are later in other media, basically TV shows or like that. Well, that's still possible, but characters need to have originated in a video game themselves. So it can't be characters like Iron Man or Goku, characters like that, because Sakurai really wants to have that one main rule to not break, because that makes Smash Brothers unique, right? Or else it would be just like anything on the planet, right? And now it's the crossover of gaming. Now it still has that iconic kind of look and feel to it with Smash Brothers Ultimate. So the idea here would be that now that we have Min Min, someone like Rayman, who is a great spirit battle, like the one with Sakupan and Sonic, I think is one of the hardest in the game, especially if you don't have the right spirits to counter it and just are playing it. It's one of the most frustrating ones ever. The idea here is that Rayman would be an incredible fighter in its own right, but there are a couple of things keeping him from being a newcomer in my book. And I think that it's very interesting to talk about the fact that, yes, Rayman is a very popular character there, but has been maybe even overshadowed by the Rabbids. Even so, when Mario finally teamed up with characters from that universe, it was actually the Rabbids and not Rayman himself. There were tiny little glimpses and tiny little references, but nothing that big, and not even, a basic meaning between those two characters, which is totally strange because I really feel like Rayman is one of the gaming greats. Like, a lot of people know that character, a lot of people have played the games on PlayStation or earlier consoles, and there was talk about it coming to Switch, there was talk about it coming to other consoles that never really panned out. The idea to have that character finally in Smash Brothers, you know, there's been talk about the character being encased in ice in the battlefield stage. That didn't end up happening, so I'm really curious to see where this is going. If I have to say it right now, I think that there is a big chance that this character will pop up somewhere within that Fighters Pass number 2, but it basically depends on if we are going to be doing third-party characters, because right now we've had Byleth, then we've had Min Min from ARMS, so after that, are we going back to third-party characters, or are we basically saying, yes, the future is first-party? I don't know as of this point. Well, talking about first party, there's another character that I think is very interesting to come to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as a playable fighter, and it's a character I've been campaigning for a very long time, and actually think is a really cool, unique kind of character, and that is Doc Lewis from the Punch-Out series. Yes, Little Mac's actual mentor in the game. Not only do I think that representation-wise, this character would be really fun to include in the game, and there's a lot of cool catchphrases and things in the actual game, and also, of course, the remake made for Wii, I think was a really cool, like, new spin on the franchise that, you know, even upped that character a little more, was in the commercials and everything. I think that Doc Lewis would be a very cool, sort of different style to Little Mac, right? Maybe not an Echo Fighter in the traditional sense, but maybe just something building on top of that moveset, right? Kind of like what Wolf is to a character like Fox, where it definitely has different animations, different moves, a different style to it, but it is, you know, leaning heavily from that original moveset, where this would be sort of a heavier Little Mac, maybe a Little Mac that is slower and necessarily maybe has some jumping skills in him, where Little Mac totally does not. And maybe Doc Lewis, you know, tries to maybe train the characters that he plays against, so those, you know, little counter moves are maybe a lot more inherent to his moveset as well. So Doc Lewis, I think, has a big spot left for him in a Smash Brothers game. I don't know if it's going to be this one. I think that every franchise in Smash Brothers really deserves to have another rep. You know, I'm thinking of franchises like F-Zero that I totally feel like deserve another character in the bunch. And I mean, Punch-Out, Little Mac definitely deserves another character in there. There's a lot of other cool characters, you know, Mr. Sandman's of course in there, Glass Joe. I think there's a lot of cool characters from that franchise that could end up being fighters. King Hippo, a lot of people have been campaigning for that character, but Doc Lewis, you know, especially being the mentor of the character that learned him everything, I mean, that I feel is a really great spot to be in as a character. And of course the character is a spirit right now, and we now know that spirits can become playable characters, so that would be my vote too. Now, another character that I really love that is also a first party character, and I think that that franchise actually deserves another unique character in Smash Bros. Ultimate 2, is the Skull Kid from The Legend of Zelda. Yes, of course, this character has another caveat, and that is that the character is also an assist trophy in the game right now, and has been since Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS. Now, Skull Kid, I feel, is really cool for a couple of different reasons. The character is very mischievous. It's nothing like all the other Zelda reps in Smash Bros. Right now. I mean, nothing like a Ganondorf type of character, nothing like a Zelda character, Sheik, or one of the many Links, so it would be very different by default, and also just the fact that the moveset could be a lot of magic attacks, and the character could basically be playing with anyone, so I would love that idea. And I think Skull Kid is also very well known. I think it's a character that is synonymous with like the dark side of Zelda, so I would totally love it if Skull Kid came to Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, the final one that I of course have to talk about here is that yes, Geno is actually a spirit in Smash Bros. Ultimate, and we have not yet gotten that Mii costume. I think that it's time. I think this game, it's going to be time for Geno to finally join the fight, not only because of course there is a spirit in the game, that rule has been broken, not only because Geno isn't an assist trophy or anything like that, the Mii costume isn't here, there have been songs taken down from online, and of course we've talked about Geno for the longest time now, but I also feel like generally this is a wish fulfillment game. We've been getting those left and right with King K. Rool, with Ridley, with even characters like Banjo and Kazooie that have been a long time coming. Nintendo really shows that they are up for the task of bringing those, you know, dreams to life, and I feel like Geno is the ultimate example of that. So I would be very curious if you guys have any spirits that you think is super possible to actually appear as a playable character now. I'd love to hear what you guys think of this. If you comment down below, that could actually be featured and read out loud in our next video. And today's comment question is, what spirit do you want playable? And as for a previous comment question winner, our answer comes to was from Dakota Jones, saying, I could see him being revealed by July 7th. But there's no way in heck that he and the new Me outfits would be released around that same time. It would completely kill the hype surrounding Min Min, who would then only be out for barely a week by then. If Gino or whoever is next were to come out at any time, it would probably be around August or September. So Dakota Jones, thank you so much for sending in your comment. I totally feel that same vibe, where it's very strange to think about a character being revealed a week after we got Min Min. Of course, with everything going on in the world right now, maybe they would have been released at the same time. Maybe they both would have been released at 7/7, who knows? So of course, there's a lot of scheduling that went different than Nintendo planned, so maybe that's also part of it, but maybe that's just a little bit too soon and we're all just, having our fingers crossed for something that will probably happen in months from now, right? The next character. So thank you so much for sending in your comments. These are always so much fun to read through. And of course, a big shout out to our latest Patreon supporters and the super chats you guys send during live streams. You guys make block content possible. So if you want to have yourself created in pixel art, or join me for a Skype chat, or even have your own ideas become animations, go to patreon.com/blockedcontent. There's a bunch of incredible rewards there, and they're waiting just for you. And remember, if you're not yet a member of the Blocked Content family yet, hit subscribe now, smash that like button, and ring the bell for notifications, and all the news and fun you care about will be delivered on the daily to you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you around the corner where there's always more Blocked Content. See ya!